popping? Yo, honestly, I
Hey.
love tonight, man. I love having you and Lexi on live with me tonight. This is a great night for me, man. This is a great night for
Yeah,
me.
thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming on live. How are you doing? Because I got to start all these lives with asking how people are doing, man. I got to make sure that my people are good. What's up?
How am
How's life?
I doing? I'm doing better, honestly. At
Okay, better.
first, better because in the beginning of the social distancing and the
The
quarantine,
quarantine and this shit.
this is my
Yeah.
first pandemic. This
I
is
think
my
it's all
first
of our first
pandemic.
pandemics. Come on,
Okay,
sis.
this is a lot of us first pandemic.
Come
You
on
telling
now.
me I can't go outside. You telling me I gotta stay 6 feet away from people. You
Mm-hmm.
telling me I can't throw my events. You telling me I can't travel the way I want to travel to. You're telling me I can't do the things that is second nature to me.
Right.
It was fucking my mind up. Like I was just like, what in the hell is going on? So in the beginning, it was a more of an observational time for me,
Mm-hmm.
watching, looking, kind of like becoming okay with the space, kind of like becoming accepting the reality that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was for me in the beginning, the first 2 weeks, accepting what the reality is, becoming accustomed to it, and now I'm kind of like I'm back. My mind is back in order.
You good now? Like you feel like you're together now. You're good.
Right. I feel a little bit more up in spirits, a little bit more creative, a little bit more just like, just looking at the sun, peer through the damn window, all of that.
Because I saw you tweeted something a little while ago, and
Mm-hmm.
and you posted on your IG. You said you haven't been this still in a minute.
Right. I haven't been this still in 2 years.
Wow.
For 2 years, I was just going like nobody's business.
Right.
Without resting. And I think that's one thing that I forgot to do. I forgot to balance out work and rest. And
Okay.
so this was like I saw this as it forced me to kind of like rest. It forced me to be still and kind of like become comfortable with inactivity, because there's value in that inactivity. There's value in productivity, but there's also value in stillness. That's where
Right.
you
Of
charge.
course.
That's where you
Realign yourself.
exactly, you align yourself. You rest your body. You rest your mind, so you can come out of it even more creative, even with even more energy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're drained and we're still trying to push ourselves, all of that we can see that. At least for me,
Right.
it reads on my body when I'm tired and when
Same.
I'm not mentally there.
Right.
So yeah, resting and stillness and productivity, those go hand in hand, and those need to be balanced. So yeah.
And I was just talking to Lexi because we were talking about like being creative while we're at home and what the things that we're doing. So have you been like working on music? Like what have you been doing since you kind of got back?
So since I've gotten my ass up, I have been honestly, I picked up my keyboard and I've been getting back to that, kind of like playing my chords and playing along with that, which has been fulfilling my heart. Is kind of like tapping into my inner child, because I did that a lot when I was younger. So I did that.
And now you have the time to do it again.
Exactly. Now I have the time to do it again. I've been people have been reaching out to me to do these virtual performances.
Yes.
So I've been doing that. I did one earlier today.
I was about to ask you about those. Like, how many? You've done a few of them already. I've seen you on a few different flyers and whatnot.
Yeah, I did one with it was called Work From Home Virtual Party. Driven Society co-sponsored that. So I did one with them last week. I did one today with Madison J., who's a spiritual journalist, TEDx speaker. Finding My Soul Summit, more of like a spiritual kind of platform. So I did one this morning as well. So, I enjoyed those. Just still getting back into like the groove of just like my ideation and creating and just kind of doing what I want as it comes to me, not confining myself to, because I'm an artist, because I'm a creative, I have to do this. No, more so because I am Diomara, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah, say that shit. So have these like Instagram live performances, like are they weird for you, or like are you kind of just like you're used to them at the like you're kind of you're into
what?
it?
The first virtual performance I did, I was nervous as all hell.
Right.
I was so nervous because I have never done that a day in my life. And don't get me wrong, before this whole thing happened,
Mm-hmm.
I used to go live and I would sing on my live, but I know who my audience is when I sing on that live. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but for this kind of like being sought out to be a part of this virtual experience, it's not something that I'm familiar with. So I was nervous. I was a little bit more nervous to do the
Mm-hmm.
virtual performances than I am to do my live in-person performances, which was crazy to me.
Really? You were more scared
Yes.
to like do these type of things than to like actually just be in front of a big crowd full of people?
Yeah, because I feel like when I'm in front of people, I get to connect with their energy as opposed to being in my head. So
Right.
when I'm live in front of people, I'm still interacting with them. I'm looking at them. I'm singing to them, whereas I'm singing to my phone.
Yeah, now it's like you
To
don't
my
even know who's
computer.
watching you. Like you could have someone on the complete other side of the world who you've never seen before in your life, or you didn't know followed you, and somehow they found their way onto whatever live you're performing on.
Right, exactly.
That's crazy. But you've had like a lot of success in 2020. I know we haven't seen each other since 2019, but you had your song played on BET Jams, which was
Yeah,
amazing.
that was fire. That was fire.
Like when I saw that you posted the tune in, and then I had to tune in live, and it was so great. And I told you how much I love that video too. Like I just felt
Thank you.
like it was so perfect, like aesthetic wise, and I just felt like it fit right for you. But you've been working on new music since you've been home, been at the crib. You've been doing these
Yeah,
IG lives.
yeah. Honestly, I'm trying to get back to kind of like somewhat composing and writing. Creating the chords around the things that I write.
Right.
Because I started writing music when I was in 7th grade, and when I picked up the keyboard, I started putting music around the things that I write. So I'm kind of like testing out what that looks like, and also beats from and records from producers as well. Working on a feature and doing that thing. Also working on things for my entrepreneurial
Nice.
businesses as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now I'm keeping busy.
So to all the creatives out there who are who are struggling or who are looking for things to do and looking for ways to stay active during this, being quarantined, practicing social distancing, what I guess message do you have for them?
The message for people, I'll tell people, first of all, don't be so pressured to make things. Number one, do not feel pressured to do it. Like literally,
Right.
take this time to figure out who you are and what you want. Figure out who you are, what you want, and what you want, and how that aligns with what the people need. Because things at this point in time, people are going to be more interested in the things that they need, the things
Right.
that resonate with them, the things that have context. I was actually I was watching a live earlier today with Driven Society, Trav and Mitch.
Okay.
And they were basically talking about, like, after we come out of this, or even while we're in this, people are looking for things with context. People are looking for things that resonate. So I feel like in order to create those things, you need to take time to figure out what it is that you want, what it is that aligns with you and your purpose and who you are, and then creating after that. And that can't be rushed. That's not a process that can be rushed. That's something that you have to take your time to do. So I would tell people to take their time. Do not feel pressured to create anything until you are completely inspired to create the best thing. Because we can sit here and throw out a whole bunch of little mediocre shit that won't last a fucking day or a week.
Right.
Or you can create that one or two thing that has some type of legacy attached to it, that resonates and will last longer than you even imagined it would, because it resonates with the people. It's about what the people need. And I feel like at this moment in time, with this whole pandemic and COVID-19, people are actually dying. You know what I'm saying? People are
Yeah,
sick.
people are like,
People
actually, it's actually bad out there.
Right, exactly. So like, I feel like things at this moment in time have to have some type of purpose. You feel me? Like, I feel like people have to be drawn to it. Their souls have to be drawn to it. So creatives, entrepreneurs out there, do not feel pressured. Figure out who you are, what you want, where your purpose align, and create in that vein.
Right. Amazing. Yo, that was perfect. I couldn't have said that better myself. I feel like that like really spoke to like the soul and like of being a creative and doing what you can during this time. Like it's hard to to come up with ideas and then execute, but you also have to make sure those ideas and those concepts and what you're working on like align with what you want to do eventually. You can't just throw like shit at a wall and let it stick, you know, and hoping that it sticks. You got to like know and what you want to do and plan and execute properly at the same time.
Right, exactly.
Love that. I love that. So let the people know what else you got coming up. If you got any music coming out, anything
always
else
new content. I shot this visual while I was in LA, so that's soon to
Hey,
come.
we love some quarantine content. I love this. A new visual, everything.
So that's soon to come. Some live experiences, not necessarily, well, no, live experiences that include music, but kind of like all around, all encompassing. That's soon to come. So look out for that as well. And yeah, just more creating and more of me being on the internet, doing what I do, being myself.
I love that. And yourself is just is amazing. I want to thank you for hopping on live. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
That amazing speech. That speech was amazing. That I got my clip. I was like, this is it. We're gonna share this tomorrow. This is gonna be awesome. But I want to thank you so much for taking this time to spend with me on live. Thank you for sharing the good energy. Like I feel like I took a lot away from that too. So we're gonna after this, I'm actually about to go and create some shit after this. I'm gonna go work on some videos and shit like that. I feel more inspired now to do things.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Thank you again for tuning in with me. I want to thank you to everybody who watched this. Videos will be up tomorrow, and Diomara.
Thank you. Peace out, y'all. Later.